What do you think?
Oh yeah, Tendo.
What do you think when people refer to Chicago as Chirac?
Oh no, I don't do that. But that's only like motherfuckers who try to glorify that shit.
That's
though.
out of town people though.
A lot of dudes from here do that shit too though.
No,
it didn't originate from here.
Oh, it didn't originate from there?
No.
Oh, okay.
The first person I heard say it was Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj said that first?
Yeah, she said she referred to Chicago as Chirac in one of her songs.
I don't know if she was the first person.
Right.
Was that before Spike Lee's movie Chirac? You remember he had a
oh, when the women took away pussy to get the dudes to stop gangbanging and start shooting?
Right.
Then they start shooting their ass?
I never watched it because it was supposed to be like a musical or something. But
I never watched it because Nick Cannon was starring in it.
Like Chicago people, like niggas from Chicago ain't really saying no Chirac. I mean, you would hear that once, but this shit, it's like nothing that really stuck. It's like going to DC and calling it the DMV. Nobody from DC call it the DMV. Sounds like the driving motor vehicle. So you know what I'm saying? Like nobody calls it the DMV or what else? What's another?
They call DC though Chocolate City though, right?
Yeah, it's Chocolate City or whatever the fuck they call that shit.
DC.
DC, yeah. But not DMV.
Yeah.
But normally that DMV is, DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Yeah. Because all three of those states kind of touch.
Yeah. Just like, that was another one, like H-Town. Don't nobody call it H-Town from Houston.
Yeah.
They say we don't call that shit.
Yeah, they call it Houston.
Yeah.
I know Chirac was in 2015, but I couldn't triangulate the song with that where Nicki Minaj said referred to Chicago as Chirac. But
he'd probably be right though. It probably do be a lot of out of towners because I never really said that shit. I'm from here.
Are you from Chirac?
No, I'm from Chicago.
Right, that's exactly right. I would be. You from where?
Chicago.
He got a legit case.
Who?
Maul got a legit case, man. He been here longer than he been in Miami.
yeah. You're probably right. He is right.
He got a legit.
Right.
You came in when?
Came when I was in 3rd grade, so I was like 92.
92. When you leave?
I left in like 2004. Then I came back 2009, and I've been here back ever since.
How many years is that?
It's a good chunk.
Boy, you from the city, boy.
It's a good chunk.
Don't let HPX tell you
but I claim both though.
No, I know.
I claim both all day. Because I always say, I put it like this: Chicago is my home, but Florida is my home because that's where I was born. And I can always go back there, no matter what happens here, whatever. I can go back to the crib and I'm good.
Yeah, like home 1 and home 2.
Yeah. But this is where I reside at. This is where I buy. This is where everything gonna come through and all that stuff. Now I will give me a vacation home or something in Florida, but this is where the main address and I pay taxes and everything. Probably.
And the reason why I asked about that Chirac question though, because in one hand it's like you're not like you only hear bits and pieces of what goes on out here. You only know about the term Chirac from some sort of media.
Yeah.
Be it from the movie, be it from a celebrity.
But bro,
on the flip side, we just talked about a different situation where, bro, I've been seeing more and more late. Maybe there's been more attention being given to these gun situations, but I've been seeing more and more lately where
it's 2-3 kids that just got shot outside of Juarez High School.
I just read that last night.
On the other end, it was like a shooting that just happened like a couple hours earlier than or after that. Like this is right as soon as the kids getting out, motherfuckers at Juarez blowing, boop 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 boop. So I mean, it's crazy. I don't know what the fuck going on, but we almost assume that everything is like, in those poor neighborhoods. I mean, in Juarez, I don't know. Well, Portage Park, where that happened, the guy shooting, walking people down. Ain't really no poor now. It's a working class neighborhood, but it's not poor.
Right. On one hand, it's like when I hear somebody say that's not from out here, it's like I want to shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. But then when I see all these situations and I'm here, I'm like, I see why somebody would want to say that.
But that's not all what Chicago has to offer.
No,
because like when you heard the term summertime shot, shit be lit here. Like people come here for like it's legit people that's from like probably like Detroit, Milwaukee, St. Louis, all these Indiana, all these surrounding states that got summer homes in Chicago where they come and they spend the whole summer because it's that lit.
Yeah.
Like if this shit don't even happen, like not saying that it don't happen. and it don't happen that frequently, but a lot of people are just having fun and just chilling and kicking it. You do have a lot of that too, but they don't show that. They only show the bad shit because that's what get the most ratings.
Yeah.
Because summertime should be lit though, bro. You go get a day party or something. You go get, do what you're supposed to do and be out here on a lake or something, or be downtown, high rise or something, or you chilling with the fellas or something. Like, shit be, what's happening?
Yeah. Chicago will always, to me, be a top tier city. And the reason is, and I'm going to give you a reason. And even I think eventually Detroit will come back.
Uh-huh.
Cleveland will come back. Buffalo, New York will come back. You know what all those cities have in common? Milwaukee will come back.
Because they by the lake.
They all by the Great Lakes. What is important about the Great Lakes?
Import, export.
Import, export, but as you said, water.
Fresh
it's
water.
the largest fresh bodies of water in the world. 20% of the fresh bodies of water is right here within those states. Your Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, piece of New York, piece of Pennsylvania, and Ohio. That's where all your fresh water is.
Yeah.
Right? And then with Chicago, they built the canal from Lake Michigan. You take Chicago River to from Lake Michigan all the way down to the Mississippi. Right? They didn't have that before. So that's a way for trade to get into the middle of the country. Mm-hmm. So it's always gonna be a relevant city. Yeah. Now who they decide to have live here is the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why we never know the puppeteering, what's going on in the background. Who, you know what I'm saying? What pieces is being moved so certain shit could happen where it'd be like you get majority of the black people, right? If this shit is happening in majority of the black neighborhoods, right? And people are like, damn, okay, I'm tired of Chicago because I hear that. I'm tired of Chicago, right? Like it's a Chicago thing. Then they move down south to Atlanta, where they blowing your head off down there too, or you're going to Houston or whatever, right? Yeah. Because you're not from down there. Instead of just going out to some suburb, you know what I mean, if you can't afford it, right? Or just to a neighboring state or whatever. But you don't know what strings or how far people done thought ahead to get you up out of your neighborhood that you're used to living in, Yeah. And so those strings or whatever can be played, and they can pull, and then before you up and know it, like your whole neighborhood is back white. Yeah. Or back another group, or it's another group. Yeah. Right? Because neighborhoods change over time. Yeah. Like Austin, area I live in, wasn't always black. It was white. Well up until like the mid-70s. Yeah. And then a lot of black people came along in the 80s. Excuse me, but mostly black people stayed. When they stayed on the west side, they stayed like near like Western and stuff like that. They stayed on that end, but then they started, kind of venturing west. So it's crazy. Like where we used to live at off North Avenue, all of that's becoming more and more Hispanic. So you can kind of see the change over time. Yes. Right? If you go back 10 years ago, it wasn't as many Hispanics.
I would even say, I was going out there. Oh no, it was about. I want to say maybe less than 10 years ago now. Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yeah, you look now, and then they're going down. They're going further south. So now they're hitting Division. And I said, shit. You give it about 10 years, they're gonna be down by Lake Street.
I was. Sheesh. I wish I remember. Austin and something. I was going to a church, not going to a church, but I was on a drill team in that area. And you're right, it's definitely turning. Yeah. It's definitely changing. I don't know if you're turning, whatever term people want to use.
Yeah, it's changing. I mean, it might change for the best, it might change for whatever. But I think with Hispanics, they don't mind moving into black neighborhoods.
Because they're going to take it over anyway. They're going to have their whole family coming through there. And they get the loans too.
They get the loans or whatever it is. But they don't mind moving into because they gonna stay to themselves. Black. I mean, the people of the neighborhood normally don't fuck with them like they would fuck with if you were to move over there. You know what I mean? It's Jose and them, they cool. Gerald, we gonna have to see what. Oh, he just bought in a 60-inch. Let's get in his crib. Right. I don't know why niggas move like that. It's always been strange, but. I mean, it happens. It happens, and that's not the only neighborhood that's like that. You think about Inglewood, you know, just a lot of places, you know, it's just starting to change, which is cool, I guess. You know, you
change happens.
Yeah, it happens because eventually, with one group, they'll replace another group.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They have another group and another group.
So real quick, just for perspective's sake, the guy that y'all were talking about definitely killed 3 people, but shot at least 4.
Yeah.
What would you think would happen? Was he black? I don't know. I didn't watch the story.
He was, I believe, he was Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. What do you think? See, I don't know the situation. What were his victims? Do you know if they were what
I think
race were they?
They were. I don't know if they were. I think there was some Latino or Hispanic, but yeah, I seen the pictures. They didn't look white, like quote unquote white, like Anglo.
Right. So for perspective's sake, what do you think would happen to him if his victims were white?
They probably would have got him at the crib. Like
they probably killed him before they brought him to come in.
Yeah, they would have gone in. But you know, considered killing your own. I mean, it's considered. You know, it's all right, man. Come on in, bud. We got
right.
you.
Okay.
It's crazy. It is interesting. They should be treating everybody equally. It don't matter who it is, right? Like humans. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, hey man, you killed another human being. Like, just treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see how hard this is. I don't see why. You know, here in this country, we supposed to be, you know, they got third world country, so I'm assuming this is a first world country, whatever that means, or a developed country.
Right.
So, like, why do we have different rules and different levels of shit, right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't understand why we have different levels of things. Like, okay, I think we said this before. If we were talking about in the affluenza or episode, like, motherfucker, okay, he don't know nothing about the value of life. But somebody who grew up impoverished, you know what I'm saying, in the hood, he commits the same crime, he get 120 years. Yeah. Seems like he don't know the value of life. Mm-hmm. You know, again, everything should be even. You do crime, you do this crime, boom, this is the time you're getting.
It should be a
flat rate.
Should be a book. Oh, you did this, and this. Yeah. Okay, that was 20 years plus
flat
40.
Shipping.
Plus you got an additional for what all you did. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's you know, you got all that time right
flat rate shipping.
Yeah.
The post office.
Flat rate shipping. Yeah. Flat rate shipping. The nigga downstate.
Yep.
Flat rate shipping.
Hey, you did that, boy. First degree. Boom. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to give you 50 years. Oh, we got you on camera. We got to get you the death penalty.
Hey, man, guess what? Your prison in Texas.
Yeah.
Most heinous crimes in Texas, light crimes is like up north or something like that. We should have different prisons for different type of criminals. Everybody shouldn't be in the same prison. We should.
Texas ain't gonna want that.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying because it's so hot there, I'm just trying to give them up for the worst person.
We don't want them Chicagos.
But yeah,
we don't want them. You know, the Texas call everybody Yankees.
They do
from New York. You know what I'm saying? Yankees.
So I just Googled first world country definition. Currently, it describes a developed and industrialized country characterized by political and economic stability, democracy, the rule of law, a capitalist economy, and a high standard of living.
So is there a second world country? Like how do we skip over the second and then go right into the third? Like
I never thought of that. Because that's the first thing my first say, a third world country. Yeah. So what happened to the first and the second world country?
So the first...
What world is this?
So a list of some of them are Canada, Germany, Australia, United States,
first
Argentina.
Worlds.
Yeah. China, Argentina, Brazil, Japan, Austria, Denmark, Switzerland, South Korea, just to name some of them.
All of them got something in common.
They all with the United States.
A lot of them have a high white population. I didn't see not one of them African. Japan is going to be on that list for first world, though.
I think Japan was. I didn't want to...
Probably South Korea, too.
South Korea was on there. Japan is on there.
See any African country?
Nope.
No, not one, huh? Not one, huh? But Indonesia's on it? The fuck out of here. Indonesia ain't no...
but I wanted to actually say something that I was thinking about while I was doing the editing.
Yeah.
You were absolutely right on that affluenza episode.
Wow.
When we were talking about.
You seen this nigga? This nigga say, "Yeah, I know."
No.
I thought you said that.
No.
Oh, I thought you said. I was like, "What?" Say, "I know."
No, I said no.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
When we got done talking about Shanquella, and then I said, white people don't have to destroy us, we do it for them. Okay. And then you said, you don't see the correlation.
Yeah.
You were absolutely right.
All right.
That's not how I should have phrased that.
Okay.
I should have phrased it, I should have said it more so along the lines of, why do we keep destroying each other like this?
Okay.
That's what I was thinking in my head.
Right. Yeah.
But I couldn't figure out how
to reword it
the way I wanted to say it.
Okay.
So you were absolutely right.
Real nigga activity, man. You doing your thing, man.
Right.
I honestly, I was just lost. I was like, what?
Because I was like, okay, this is when the conversation goes to a whole nother level.
It made good content though. It was cool. It was like, hey man, I don't know what he talking about, but I'm gonna stay over here and he gonna explain his point. So it was cool.
I was like, oh, you know what? That
it sounded wrong because this been a couple.
I saw how confused you were for the rest of the episode. I'm like, oh, he right.
That's cool. No, but what you know, you changing it like that. Yeah. Why do we keep doing that?
Yeah.
But again, I still stick to this, like human nature. Just like, you know, this guy who walked down, killed 3, allegedly 4 people.
Yeah,
that's human. That's what.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put that on his whole culture or his ethnicity or who he did it. I'm just saying that was just one of them bad apples that was in his thing, and he was whatever he was doing that. Like,
he got tattoos all over his face. Yeah. I mean, to me, when I see a motherfucker, I mean, this is not to talk about people with tattoos all over their face. I got a couple tattoos, not in my face though. You know, I always think like, man, what made you? You're a bad motherfucker. You get some tattoos on your face. And that hurt. I know that hurt.
Yeah.
I don't care about life.
That's why I'm trying to like. I'm like, bro, you got some tattoos. I see chicks now, seeing the chicks with the tattoos in the face.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, like, you know, you're a cute chick or whatever, but now she tattoo right here. You know, they get them right there. Whatever. Yeah. Nah. Closest thing I get a tattoo is like on my neck somewhere, but I don't know. Still thinking about that. But the older I get, the higher up I don't want to go.
Yeah, and it's like when people get those tattoos that to where it's visible like that.
Yeah.
Do you really plan on having? I don't want to say a future.
Yeah.
Do you really plan on being able to get a decent job with that?
No, you self-employed for life. To me, when you do that, you committed to. Because I look at it like Derrick Grace. Derrick Grace said he did it because he's going to go self-employed or whatnot, or that's the way he did it. So I always just look at him as an example, like, oh, he said I did this because I knew once I do this, it's no more turning back. I'm self-employed for the rest of my life. I'm gonna be my own boss. I'm gonna be my own this.
I couldn't do it.
Me neither, though.
Because I actually saw somebody that had them just up here, like below the chin, but covering the neck. Like,
I'm too dark for it.
It's dog cats, which is also interesting. Like, you have a lot of dog cats with tattoos. Like, they do it. You know, maybe y'all should start tattooing it like in white. You know? They should have really flicked. It look like an outline.
I'm not doing it, B. I'm cool.
Like an outline,
I'm too dark
you know
for it. I'm too dark.
Look like black shoes with stitching.
I don't got none. I'm too dark for it. I used to want them, and then like, nigga, you start thinking to yourself like, bro, you know you're really too dark. It's just certain things you just can't do. B.
Yeah, the color of the ink. You know,
yeah, it matches my skin.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think you should be. I don't know. I don't want to say like I don't want nobody at my place of business. He got tattoos all in his face and piercings all going crazy. I think at a certain point it becomes like you gotta stop. A turtleneck in this motherfucker, you know, just to be presentable. If you hit them on your hands, all over your hand, ain't really no big deal. But you know, well, it's also about what you bring to the table. Yeah. You know, as far as your mindset, your skill set.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to, I guess, quote unquote, discriminate because this person is got tattoos.
I can't help it.
You can't help it.
When I see somebody with tattoos,
you judge immediately.
I'm in my head, yeah.
I give it a brief judgment. Like when I see them all in their face, I be like, damn. I don't really say. I say this person, he, you know, I don't know. This person take a lot of pain. That's all I can say. But in my mind, though, I'm not saying like this person to do the job less, or I've seen a lot of people with no tattoos.
And
these people
trash.
are worse. So it's not. I don't think tattoos is a judgment.
Yeah, because it's not.
Yeah,
because a lot of people with face tattoos is not the worst people in the world. No,
No,
I'm not gonna say that.
not by any means. I've seen too many instances.
Jeffrey Dahmer, no face tattoos. Eat your face though.
With the tattoos on there.
Yeah, with the tattoos.
You call it extra sauce,
man.
You call it extra sauce. That's the green sauce Hispanics get for the tacos.
I had some today, man.
Yeah, I was talking
Spicy.
about tacos.
But I can't help but to think about it, bro. Like it's just something about that when I see it in my mind that registers as I need to keep an eye on that person.
Yeah.
That's just what registers in my mind. Maybe it's because I'm jaded to the point where I've seen different criminals, and a lot of the criminals that commit the worst, most heinous, craziest crimes got the tattoos on their face. Not saying that this person that I see walking down the street is going to be a criminal and do something crazy, but it's just like I just can't help but to think in my head, not treat them in a certain kind of way, but I can't help but to think in my head like I need to keep an eye on that person.
I think it's a good. I mean, because I don't know anybody. I don't have anybody in my family that's close that has a tattoo on their face.
Yeah.
But if I did, then I would literally ask them.
Like why they do it?
Yeah. Like, hey, I mean, I ask them respectful, but like.
Fuck you do that, man. Fuck you put that shit on your face, man.
Why you get that tattoo on your face, man? I mean, and, a lot of times, because I've asked people different things that they went through in life or they're going through, I ask them, hey, why you do that? But it's not to be, it's just being respectful about it. It's about how you ask a person, and they'll be willing to give you that information.
Yeah, right.
So if I ask, let's say, 5 different people on why they got tattoos in their face, then I could kind of probably come up with a conclusion, like maybe this is some people might have just ran out of room. So you do this in my face.
Wow.
All right, man. We get to the last subject of the day, right?
Yes.
Oh, and then I got a fan question for the end. We're gonna end on.
I tell you what.
Let's go with the fan question
Hold on,
first.
before y'all do that, take an intermission or something real quick.
All right, man. The last thing I have for us today. This Brittany Griner trade, man. What's up, man? What y'all think, man?
We lost, B. That was a big loss for us. A big loss on that trade. That was all right. Because people gonna say that you're against this and you're against that, and I'm not saying the crime that she committed. And we gotta say this: if that crime was in the United States, it's not that much of a big of a deal. But when you go to another country, they have different rules and different regulations that you have to abide by. So, therefore, what we think is not too much might not think, the next country might not think that. For what she did, and we looked up stuff because we was talking about this on some no keys on the goals and stuff like that, other people got lesser time. But you have to understand that they was at war and they didn't like us. I ain't going to say they didn't like us, but we was at odds at the time. So any American got caught doing anything over there, they're going to make a huge example out of you. They're going to keep you over there to do whatever they need you to do. Did what she did, was it like warranted for 9 years? No. But to trade a celebrity when it's a whole bunch of other people was over there for a much longer time, and just because, like when we were talking about celebrities just now, just because you're well known and you got more money than them other people, you get priority over them? Because it was a Marine over there. He been over there for how long? How long that Marine been over there?
4 years.
4 years? She was over there for 6-7 months. What, 6 months to a year? She been over there, locked up? So she get priority over him?
And he was in the military, bro.
And they sent the dude that they saw, the Merchant of Death. So it's like, people gonna sit up there and say, you're gonna have people on both ends of the coin or whatever like that, and then you're gonna have people, stating their opinion. But it's like, did I not want her to come home? Yeah, because what she did, it didn't warrant to that. But at the same time, it's like you leave other people there with no names for this person that just because she got the WNBA behind her, the NBA behind her, all these people know her, you get her to come home quicker. Because she's a known celebrity. Like, I don't think that's right and that's fair in my opinion.
What you think?
So what I think is, it is, like, that's probably the, one of the craziest trades the WNBA has ever had. As far as the trade in general, obviously it was a poor trade. It was poor. However, I think I think if the United States really wanted to get the Marine back, given that they had the Merchant of Death for like 4 or however many, they would have been did it. Like, so
Yeah.
I think they're using this as some type of reason to divide the people. You divide the straight people against the LGBT community. You divide the black people, you know what I mean, against the white people, because they're going to say, oh, they got this black LGBT, you know what I mean? That's how they chop it up, right? So to me, it's a bunch of divide. It's a bunch of, either you're going to get her back or you're not. You know, and then when you got her back and you traded her for, like, the Merchant of Death, it was kind of like y'all was trying to, make a big publicity stunt up out of this. That's why it boils down to me. Because if you really wanted to get the Marine, who was there, I guess, for espionage, but wasn't there for espionage? Like, we don't really know the whole story.
Accused.
Because he was accused of espionage, but, I mean, let's keep it a bean. He was probably there for espionage. Who goes to Russia, bro? Like, who's just going to Russia? Like, just kicking it around Russia. So, he was probably there on espionage. But if you really wanted to get him 4 years ago, you would have got him. You wouldn't wait until Brittany Griner or Grinner, whatever y'all calling her, she goes over there. And who knows? Like, all this, at the end of the day, this could be a big-ass ploy. Like, she could have been sent to go over there and then been sent to get the Merchant of Death out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then it could be made to look like it was some backlash. But, behind the tables, y'all both jacking each other off. Right? Y'all both squeezing each other balls. I mean...
Jesus.
It's crazy, but that's the deal. Like, we never see the hidden hand.
Yeah,
it's always a hidden play. But because the trade don't make no sense. So it don't make no sense.
Because what Dr. Umar said it was really like, to him, he looking at it like, you killed like 4 birds with one stone with getting out. She's black. Yeah. She's a woman. She's gay. And I forgot that celebrity. And she's a celebrity.
Garnering votes.
So now you garnering votes because the Democrats, we did this for y'all, so we need y'all to come and vote like y'all life depended on it. So that can be a major thing too, right there.
Been a move by the Democrats.
Yeah, and that's why they say they left the Marine over there and they grabbed her, because now it's like, they really with us. We gonna get their votes, and that's like, it's like,
because I was watched on the Russian TV where they was actually speaking English. And they were saying,
it was actually speaking English.
It was actually speaking English, but on the flip side, they were saying how the Americans did it, as far as, because the Marine, they said, he was over there for espionage. But they said they left him in there because he was heterosexual. They left him in there because he's a white male. And, I guess because he's a Marine. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a veteran.
Yeah.
So
the opposite of Brittany Griner.
Basically the opposite. So now you have these two opposing groups going at each other. It's like, man, you let the LGBT gay black person out, you know what I'm saying, female out. And it's like, and they do shit like that, man. So you just got to sit down and like, I don't know who's pulling these strings, but again, there's always some hidden agenda behind everything. And that's, when you play, if you ever play chess, or any other game, even Call of Duty, the best way to get somebody is to flank them, catch them from behind, catch them off guard. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even when you're having sex, the best way to get it is hitting it from the back.
Go crazy.
Right? But the best...
He like that. He gonna
he like that. Spades is like that. He gonna keep that in there.
He gonna go to church. He gonna pray on it. He gonna pray on it. He gonna ask God for forgiveness. He gonna say, Jay every day know not what he do, Lord. He know not what he do.
Hit me with the bleep, 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 bleep.
Jay every day not know what he do, Lord. I'm gonna pray for him, Lord.
Look, man. All I'm saying is the best way to do it is, you know, to catch people off guard. And that's how I feel like in this situation. It's like, you know, when you're playing chess, you're going to make those moves so they don't see you.
Doing
and
what
then
you're
when
doing.
they see you, it's just too late.
Yeah.
They already got you.
Yeah.
That's such a fantastic point when you're talking about him being the opposite of Brittany Griner.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they did bring the Marine back, then the Democrats would have had to face backlash from people from the media saying that they just left Brittany Griner over there because she's black,
Right?
Because she's gay.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. So it's like a double, yeah.
When if you do, when if you don't,
Yeah.
or don't, whatever. Do it.
It's dang if you do, dang if you don't.
Catch 22.
Yeah,
You know, so
it's lose for whoever.
Yeah.
My thought. Somebody said it. And they told me. They said we traded Joanna Man for John Wick. That's what they said. That's not me.
That wasn't KNoWKi? That wasn't nobody KNoWKi podcast?
No, that wasn't me.
Joanna Man for John Wick.
I was before they said that. I was like, we traded the Russian ace of spades for the American three of diamonds.
Right. Okay.
That's the way I said it.
Lord have mercy, y'all.
No, you gotta call it what it is, man.
It's true though.
Because what is she doing, bro? When she comes back, what is she gonna do?
It's like,
She dunked the basketball when she got back.
It's less about her and more about what the fuck is the country over here doing. Who's making these decisions? Okay? That's what I'm saying. I almost believe that she was put up to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To make it look like we're doing something. And then we go ahead, you know, on the slick side, we go ahead and get them back, the Russian merchant of death, who can go sell guns over here and cause coups in some other country. So we can go ahead, like, these people work together, bro. They roll like that. They think ahead of time. They got think tanks, and we talked about that on this podcast before, is that they thinking years, light years ahead of us. While we sitting over here talking about a fucking Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion and how
They think about 10 years already from
Young
now.
Miami, this bitch can't count. Like, literally, she talking about she was 13 in the 3rd grade.
I thought it was Young Miami who said that?
About that.
It was Young Miami who said that?
Yeah.
I thought it was Gorilla.
No, Glorilla talking about she like dudes. She like dudes,
Kids on her food.
you know, in her food, basically.
Oh wow. Okay. So.
That's what I'm saying. This is where we are as I guess the culture.
Yeah.
The quote unquote culture. Yeah. This is where we are, and then this is what they doing over there. And then they're making these moves because we're none the fucking wiser.
Yeah.
we like goofies, you know.
That's
it's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Maul got to it before I was gonna say it. This is just a ploy to garner votes.
Yeah, I really do think so.
There's no way that the government that thought this was a legitimately good trade.
Yeah, they knew it was a bad one.
And I think I've seen on multiple different occasions of just like Jay Everyday just said, Russians making fun of the United States for not bringing back a member of the military for a person that doesn't contribute to society even close to the way that the Marine did. Right? And then when she gets back, what is she gonna do?
She gonna be the
spokesperson.
She's gonna be the spokesperson for the Democratic Party.
No, they say she went and dunked the basketball when she got back.
I mean, I wouldn't expect her to do less because that's all she was doing before she went over there.
No, that's what she said. She did. And she boned the motherfucker, B.
I think
that's raw though, B. You can't tell me that ain't supposed to be on TV.
I mean, bitch, 6'12".
She's 6'12".
Yeah.
She's 6'12" or 7 foot.
That's
6'12". That's right, exactly. I think it was a joke, man. I think the same people that think that bringing Brittany Griner back was a good trade, those same people think Deion Sanders should have stayed at JSU. That's my thought. It's a terrible idea.
I won't say terrible idea for Deion. For Deion Sanders to stay there, it's a terrible idea?
The trade.
The trade. Oh.
The trade, terrible idea.
I can't agree with y'all on that saying. Because if he stayed, I don't fault him either way.
I can't rock. I can't go with him. You know, we can move into that conversation. I'm curious on why you would be okay with if he would have stayed. Because I think if he would have stayed, that would have been a sign of everything being good, everything being kosher, like we making progress.
Oh, so you think he left because we wasn't making progress?
Yes.
I think he left really because everything is not what it seemed to be. What everybody, because even a caller, because I've been looking at listening to a lot of people talk, and even people that go to HBCU say they're the most mishandled of funds that they ever saw in their fucking life at colleges.
The black people running it though, right?
Yeah, they say that these people mismanage so much fucking money, it's fucking ridiculous. And he say that's why they can't really get ahead, because the people at top mismanage so much motherfucking money. And I heard one time, I don't know if y'all ever heard this, but Deion Sanders was mad as hell because the stadium sold out, but they only had money. The stadium hold like 60,000. Mm-hmm. They only had enough money for 20,000 tickets. What the fuck is the other 30? I mean, the 40-some thousand tickets at? Where the money for that at?
So that's what I'm saying is, why would any person, like, because at a certain time, like, we all have a certain standard about ourselves, right?
Yeah.
We want, you know, a certain way you might like your food cooked.
Yeah.
Right? A certain thing you like your car clean. Right?
Yeah.
So you have a standard about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So why, because I'm dealing with this school, I need to be substandard? Like, why do I have, like, I was substandard dealing with them for 3 years. Mm-hmm. Why should I fall below? Why is it on me, who didn't go there, by the way? I didn't go to an HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Rice went to an HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to an HBCU. And Jerry Rice is, you know, widely considered the greatest, one of the greatest, top 5 greatest, top 3 greatest football players of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Why is it all on me? Now, you know, obviously I decided I'm going to, you know, help try to make some changes here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I am a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'm not a billionaire. Yeah. So I don't have an endless amount of funds.
Yeah.
And y'all promised me certain things. You promised the athletes certain things. Mm-hmm. And as he said yesterday, right, when they took this loss to North Carolina Central University.
Oh, they lost?
They lost.
Okay.
It was funny because the ironic thing is, right, they went into overtime. His son threw the ball, right, touchdown. 0 seconds left on the clock. Cold. They down 30. I think at this time they down 31-24, right? Goes into overtime. Okay. Whatever happened, okay, they needed this touchdown. Person they throw the ball to, guess who?
Travis.
It's a white dude.
Oh.
Isn't that ironic? Ball's in his hand.
He dropped it?
This motherfucker basically said, no, I don't want it. Bro, I kid you not. You can watch it. Like, bro, if you toss me that nigga said, I said, I've never, and I just found that ironic that, okay, this is an HBCU.
And you throw it to a white boy.
You know, obviously he was the open choice. He was the choice. And he drops the ball.
Oh, for the 2-point conversion or something?
No, this is the sending into a second overtime.
Okay, yeah, I forget how college works.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the sending into the second overtime. And he drops the ball with 0 seconds left on the clock. Well, no, it was, at that time, it was a few seconds left on the clock. They had a chance to do it another one, but that just didn't work out. Okay. But that one was a for sure touchdown.
So it was third down. It was third down.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was like, damn, how ironic is that? Mm. But again, just to get on the whole Deion thing, if you're set at a certain standard, a certain mentality about yourself, like he said, he's always a winner, and you know that school is making promises to him, it's making promises to the children. It's not simply about the football team; it's about the basketball team. It's about the volleyball team. It's about the student body in general. How are we progressing in that? You trying to lean everything. He said, yeah, I would want to go to another conference. You know what I'm saying? But is the school in general ready to go to another conference? You know what I mean? Us as a whole. You trying to lean just on the football team. It ain't about just me. What about everybody else? Mm-hmm. And I don't have no problem with, like, at a certain point, like, all right, I'm going to have to bounce.
Right.
You got to do best for you. You know what I mean? Because guess what? When it comes to other people, they're gonna do the best for them. I understand. Look, you supposed we trying to do black owned and black owned this black owned shirt I got on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Black owned, but they'll black own you to death until it's starting to start paying some money. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Like when he like, dude, my boy was paying that he was getting paid $300,000 a year.
He gave half of that.
Gave half of it back.
Yeah, he was coaching for free.
For free.
He was coaching for free. He gave half of it back to do the stadium, get them new locker rooms. And I think when you really come down to it, when you really, really look at it, just look at the whole thing as thing, he did what God told him to do. He came, he put HBCs on the map. And I'm just not really thinking about this right now. He came, he put HBCs on the map. He got it moving in the right direction. It's now time for somebody else to take the baton and go take it and finish the race.
Yeah.
He started the race. He gave y'all a nice head start. He gave y'all everything. He gave Walmart sponsors over there, Under Armour sponsors over there, gave them new uniforms, got them new locker rooms, ESPN watching. We got him a TV deal. They didn't say he got a 10-year, $125 million TV deal. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
He got a ESPN 10-year, $125 million ESPN deal. He got them. He did all these things. Jackson revenue went up by damn near, what, 100 and some percent?
Yeah.
He doubled that shit, right? Did he? Because it was like 30 something at first and he moved it to 60?
Yeah.
Was it something like that? Don't quote me now. I'm not going, I don't want to go in particular numbers.
He made y'all some goddamn money.
He made y'all some good money. He did like LeBron did for Cleveland.
Yeah.
When LeBron came there, the shit went up. When Deion came there, it went up. So I understand what people are saying and they gripe with him, and you know you want to get mad at people because they leave, they grow. You want to go, you know, you get more opportunities, you get more money and all that stuff. But, bro, how can you turn down, like, be honest with you, like,
they gave him 1,200 more %.
Man, look here. They gave him, man, 5 years, $29 million.
1,200
Did you see
more
Colorado
%.
facility? And, bro, did you see, do you see what he started doing already in recruiting and he just got there?
Like I said, I don't give a fuck. People, if they overbid it, right? Colorado, they say, because, you know, white folks going to show up, overbid a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? But you guys in the SWAC or whatever, y'all couldn't come together and get some bread together, like, even before the offer was made, right? He gave y'all some money back. He was giving you didn't even put his money back together and say, look, man, we're gonna
give you all the money you already gave back. You all the money
we ain't
gonna
back. Say it, but look, man, yeah, man, we got this.
Back for you.
You know what I'm saying?
But no, they were still into it. It's just a lot of crooked stuff that was going on down there. Right. You need to get some people in some higher positions. The DA, not the DA. These presidents and these administrators and all that stuff.
Task force.
Yeah, they need all that. They need to go there and clean all that up to get it to moving and get the money moving like it should be, and not people stealing from them kids. Because that's what it really basically about. It's people stealing. It's people stealing, and they need to get somebody who, like Deion Sanders, who really care about the fucking kids to get this shit moving in the right direction and to stop all this stealing and all this crookedness going on in the HBCUs.
It ain't gonna stop happening though.
I know it ain't. It's just good to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, again, like we always said, somebody's gonna want to point fingers and blame somebody. Like who were we pointing fingers and blaming before Deion got there?
Nobody. We didn't even really hear about the HBCUs.
HBCU's been around 100 and damn near 200 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like who's responsible for y'all?
I get it though. I understand that great.
HBCUs was created by white people.
What was that?
It's created by white people. People don't know that. Jackson State is created by white people. No disrespect. It's called an historical black university, right? I said that I used this example. I was talking to Spades. I was talking to Stogie, and it's like when black people move from down south to Chicago and they move to Bronzeville, or black people move from down south and they move to Harlem. Those are historical black areas. They didn't create those. They're just historically black. That means they moved there. That means you went to school there. That's all that means. That don't mean you know what I mean? That just means that was the first place that accepted you for school, right? Because they didn't want you going to the PWIs. Should be real simple. Shit, Jackson State made by the Christian, the Christian church dude, I forgot, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Like, people do all this historical black university, like they doing some special shit over there. Ain't got no STEM research, you know what I mean? No STEM program. And I'm not shitting on it. It's not, I don't want to seem like I'm shitting on it. But don't say it like you know, we need to save these institutions like that as if we've created our own. Like, where is it that, okay, this was started by such and such black man, you know what I mean, or such and such black woman, or such and such black organization. You know, we accredited, we have all these, you know, these classes, we have STEM, we have engineering, we have law. Where's that school? Where's that school?
You stole everything not stole, but you said
he stole it. It's like the white folks stole. I was just playing. I had to throw that in there. He stole it.
Everything I had to say, bro. Everything I had to say.
Well, then add that Brad Favre shit in there too. Then you can mix that shit in too. Because Brad Favre was able to steal all that goddamn money from the state of Mississippi.
One of the poorest countries, poorest states in the motherfucking United States.
You said it right. The poorest countries. You know what I mean? That bitch third world. You know what I'm talking about? Third world. Mississippi. And no disrespect to the Mississippians. I got family in Mississippi.
Poorest states in the United States. Mississippi.
But Mississippi, man, like, and y'all want, it's like y'all want Deion Sanders to fix y'all infrastructure. You know what I mean? Like, you want
he wanted them to pay back all the money Brad Favre stole.
That too. When y'all allow him to, Brad Favre to steal all this money, and y'all got a whole water crisis down there in Jackson, Mississippi. You know, kids go to school in that college, gotta, you know what I'm saying, deal with that water and so on and so forth. You can catch Legionnaire's disease. You catch all types of shit with bad water. You know
COVID.
What I mean? So, yeah. You said COVID?
Yeah, COVID.
COVID, cholera. So it's just so much shit.
Whatchamacallit disease?
Whatchamacallit disease?
The whatchamacallit disease?
What is
it? Every goddamn thing. Man. You malaria, Malaysia, Remy. You can catch all that. That weave down there, you catch all that.
Well, it's definitely in the water.
Yeah, you catch all that.
So yeah, they putting so much on Deion, man. It's like you wanted him to change the whole state.
You wanted him just to move the state and just buy the state, and just change everything. Huh?
Yeah, no, man, I'm gonna holler at you.
What people had a messiah complex towards Deion Sanders, and it's pathetic. And that's one thing that plagues a lot of people's minds is you're looking at the wrong people to accomplish the things that you want accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the biggest arguments I seen with that was he made all these promises, and he's cutting out early out of the deal. Okay, well, when have you ever heard of, if somebody wants you to come to their program, when have they never oversold whatever it is that they're trying to sell to you?
And you can still keep them. All you do is open the checkbook. I promise you, if they'd have been like, okay, Deion, look here, we know we undersold you all these years. What you name? Name your price.
Or offer some sort of counter offer, right?
Yeah, like, oh, we'll give you 30. We'll give you 30 for 5 years, just like them, man. We're gonna give you 30, just like they gave you.
Or even, you know, even make it believably, make a believable lie. I'll say, like, you don't know what you can actually give him, but you're giving him a number because you don't want him to go.
But you know what else?
That's what people don't. One thing I'm noticing with the people that's doing all this talking about Deion Sanders is they don't cherish the things, the people that are significant to us, right?
Yeah.
Like if he's significant to your football program, if he made your football program do a 180, you should see that, okay, he changed this program, so let's make sure we offer him something that will make him stay, just in case.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
somebody comes and
I understand that.
I was looking. Y'all got all the money for the homecomings.
That's a fact.
Right? We talked about you got all the money for the DJs, homecomings.
Yeah.
You spent millions of dollars on that.
Yeah.
You ain't got enough to just keep my homie. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what else people kill me with, though? And I get people get on my fucking nerves with this. Talking about, man, it's not always about the money. What the fuck is about then?
Deion said, though, it ain't always about the money until what?
It's about the money. I'm not trying to hear that, bro.
Right?
Bro, people say that shit all the time. Like, what the fuck is about then? Because I love you, but love ain't going to pay these fucking bills, and love ain't going to get me what I want.
Look at the difference in the amount, bro.
Like, bro, you got to go. You said a prime example. This company, a black-owned company, is giving you motherfucking $400,000 a fucking year.
Yeah.
And this before he even said about the guy. He was on the phone. He didn't even say the situation. The man laid out the money for me, but he said this is a black-owned trucking company. They paying you $400,000. These motherfucking white folks talking about some goddamn. Hey, they talking about 5.5 million. Where are you going? Hey, boy, I love y'all. Y'all my people. Y'all my brothers. Y'all love y'all to death, B. White folks playing. I ain't trying to hear it, bro.
Because at some point,
I'm not trying to hear it, bro.
At some point, I feel like, all right, I'm being shorted here, and I know these black folks. No, you know what I'm saying? That's how I would feel, right? I said I'm being shorted here. I know these black folks can pay a little bit more than this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily saying obviously you should be trying to make your bid before anybody else can get their ear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you came you come back on top.
Right, you already had them there. Hey, all right, look, man, we done made some money. We done stashed this a little bit because for the state, they said for the 3 years he had been there, he had made just that area $30 million. Right?
60. 160?
I mean, no, I'm saying just the area where he was at, just Jackson, the capital. Yeah. Right? So he made that area $30 million. You mean to tell me you didn't have 10% of that put to the side for this dude?
Just give him 2 years, 10 million. 2 years, 10 million. And then we're going to revisit
No, I'm saying this was even before, not even to compete with Colorado.
Yeah.
This is even before they came on the scene, say, you know what? Okay, we see what we got here. Yeah, we got a cash cow. Yeah, let's put some bread over here to the side. Right before that second year up, hey, we got $2 million for you. You know, it would have been a step in the right direction. Right. He would have probably signed, and we wouldn't even be talking about no Colorado.
And then you know what else too? He did a lot of social media things, and I just remember this too. When I was on social media, Deion was going to them businesses in that neighborhood. That's why they made all this money, giving them mad shout outs, eating at their restaurants, going to their liquor stores, putting them on camera and stuff. You know, he got 1 million and something plus followers. Right. So he was giving them all this free publicity. That's why the town was making that much money. Because they was coming out, they was supporting him, they was giving him this. He was going to the clothing stores, buying stuff. He was going to all the stores, advertising everything. Yeah. He really was flooding the gates with money. That's why they made all that money. So I'm like what y'all say. Yeah, you should open up. Like, hey, look, man. College, what y'all got for him? We got an extra something on the top of what y'all gonna pay him.
See, they want you down at the bottom with them and be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand that mentality.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, we can't offer you 30.
We give you 15.
But we can give you, like I said, a believable number because you can't, like, he knows the numbers with Jackson State. Mm-hmm. So if they come out of nowhere and be like, we can offer you 15, that's not believable for him. That wouldn't be believable for me. Like, where you gonna get this money from? I see y'all pockets.
Right.
We can't do 30, but we'll give you 5. That's a workable number, I think.
I think they should have been proactive.
I agree.
Before anybody, you probably already knew, okay, somebody's going to want to scoop him up. Yeah. Let's be proactive about this, right? Again,
reactive.
The endowment for Jackson State, I looked it up, it was something like $60 million a year, all right? They are on the lower end. The endowment for something like Howard is down at $800 million a year.
Oh, shit.
Right? So I just think he did the conference, right? That Historical Black University Conference, the SWAC. Yeah. He did you guys a service, right? So why wouldn't you come together? You know what I mean? Because then we can get more. We can start recruiting more. You know, you got Eddie George at TCU.
Hugh Jackson at Gambler.
Hugh Jackson at Gambler. We could have started recruiting more and more higher profile black people in this conference to start coaching our boys. You know what I mean? But we got to understand, everything ain't for the discount, right? Everybody wants you to shop black, but you want the discount.
No, you got to pay for it.
Right? Pay the price if it's worth it.
Yes.
Clearly, you didn't think Deion was worth it, and somebody else thought it was worth it, so we went on here and you lost Deion. Right. And that's how I look at it.
Take that L.
Yeah, and I told Jay every day this too. I say, mark my words. Deion Sanders is going to win a national championship in Colorado in 2 years. Mm-hmm. Mark that shit right now. Deion Sanders is going to win a national championship and going to probably beat Bama while he do it in 2 years. The man know what the fuck he doing. The man that flipped so many teams and they looking at him, they think he doing some illegal shit because he done flipped so many players and so much shit. The black man doing illegal shit, he ain't just doing it. He can't beat the white man.
They had Roger Goodell out there last night at the game. I was like, damn. Right?
I'm telling you, he got the influence, he got the reach. They gonna really be looking into him. That's why I know he's doing the right things. I know he know they looking at him. So mark my words. In 2 years of him at motherfucking Colorado with that facility, because they showed all this shit on YouTube of their facility and everything, bro. He was in awe when he was seeing all the shit they got. Yeah. And Colorado been garbage for decades. Yeah. Colorado been garbage for the last 20 years. Colorado's been not have been Since 96, that's Colorado like best winning season. So mark my words, Deion Sanders will win a national championship in the next 2 years. I ain't gonna say 3, I'm gonna say 2. He will be in the national championship college playoffs in the next 2 years. Watch and see. And his son Shador will win the Heisman the same year they go to the motherfucking national championship. That's gonna be probably not this year because they're gonna be just trying to fit in, but next year they're gonna be up there. Watch and see. Okay, this person asked the question of a fan said, how do you find comfort in anything that has ship at the end? So therefore they asking friendship, relationship, brothership, anything that has ship on the end. How do you feel comfort in anything that has ship at the end?
I understand, but I don't understand the question because just being in a situation where you would be dealing with someone where how you identify ends with ship.
Yeah.
That to me already expresses a level of comfortability. If you're exploring friendship with somebody, then that means you are already comfortable enough with them to call them your friend.
I didn't even think about it like that.
So,
but
same thing with relationship.
Yeah, but my answer was I find the comfort in I know who I pick to be in that shit with. So if I got a friendship with you, I know I picked right and I did my due diligence to know what type of person you was to call you a friend.
Right.
And have a friendship with you. I did my due diligence and I did my research and all that stuff to have a relationship with you in any type of sorts. Mm-hmm. So I put that all on me. So if I picked wrong or I did wrong and I did my own research, that was all on me. It wasn't on nobody else. That's how I look at that.
Okay.
No doubt. I'm kind of on the I'm on the same side as Maul, but I do like what you just said. I do think like relationships is anybody. You can have a relationship. It's not necessarily sexual or in nature. Like, okay, if I go to the gas station across the street, I got a relationship with this person. If I go there, I got a relationship with this person. It's still a relationship. Now, we don't obviously do nothing outside of me buying gas or whatever, but it's still a relationship, right? So, but in general, I do get where you're coming from. I think, like, in order for me to be, what was it you said specifically?
Comfortable.
Comfortable, and I think that's solely dependent on the person, who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't let it dictate. I can't let the relationship or the friendship or anything depend on how you feel. You know what I mean? How I chose it. Us to be friends or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, it's solely on me. I mean, like we've always said, like you put things on yourself before you put it on other people.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
Yeah. At least that's what you as much as it can be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, until it's somebody else's fault. Man,
Yeah. Because that's what I always say. Like, I'm not going to, because that's why you say this a lot too about me. That's why I show respect wherever I go. Mm-hmm. So now when I do go that route, you can't say nothing because I showed you respect already. Right. I showed you respect. I speak to everybody. I try to keep everything, trust everybody as far as I can see them from. All that. So now when you change and you change it up, you did that. I didn't do anything because you did what you did. Mm-hmm. I just reacted to it. Right. So that's how I look at anything with ship on the end. Like, people like, oh, you trust that person? Yeah. Like, ain't give me no, that's what they said. Yeah. You know what I mean? You said that. I didn't say that. Right. So that's what I look at anything I've got, like, ship on the end or whatever like that. Just as far as I can see, I trust everybody and all that stuff. I didn't say he's going to come to my house, though. Mm-hmm. I didn't say he's going to be able to drive my car. I didn't say he's going to be able to hang around me all the time. I just trust you for the circumstances that we in right now. Yeah. I didn't say you all the way in and you in the thing and you know where the back cave and shit at. No, I didn't say all that. Right. But I said, just as far as we is right here at this store, we cool. I trust you. Yeah. But you not getting in the car and you not driving. You can't be in the back seat behind. Nah, I ain't say all that.
I got one for y'all then real quick. Too.
Okay.
This. So I was having a discussion today with my wife, and I asked her because I'm going to work my way up, if you were, not you, but a person, if a person were to get a new kidney or new kidneys, are they still the same person? No, you gonna feel me. Check it out.
If you a new person,
Are you the same person? This is just like you got new kidneys. Are you the same person?
But you're not the same person you was yesterday.
No, I'm just saying.
Ooh, this is funny you say this because I'm going through this right now.
Okay, you smoking too then.
This is funny you say this.
right? Now I build my way up, right? So if you get a new pair of lungs, are you still the same person?
On top of the on liver.
On top of the, you know what I'm saying?
Kidneys.
No, you're not. You're not the same person. You're not.
Right?
You're not the
It's
same
not the
person
same.
after the lungs because you're not the same person you was before. Because when you went to sleep on that table and you got that motherfucking surgery,
Yeah.
when them next couple days, you taking life a lot more serious than what you probably did before you got it.
Probably. Okay. Well, let's take away. Let's say that was your first surgery where you got a new lung.
Okay.
How about this? Are you the same person if you get a new heart?
No, I don't think so. No.
I think the person you are is attached to your mentality, your brain.
So, and I'm with you on that. But what about where's the heart of a person? When they say, man, that person got a heart. If you got a new heart from somebody, or are we just using that? Are we just using that? You see what I'm saying? Like that.
So now you ain't got your heart no more. You got their heart.
You got their heart.
So what if they was pussy?
Are we just using that?
So what if they was pussy and well, you
or is that just a mentality thing?
It's just a mentality thing.
It's just a mentality thing?
Yeah, it's just a mentality thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if you got a new stomach? Because they say that the mind and the stomach are attached. They say the mind, the second mind is your stomach.
Yeah.
That's what they say. This is what doctors say.
Okay, so if you got a new stomach, that means you got to do a different shitting pattern.
I don't know about all that. Well, what I'm saying essentially is, are you the same person?
No, I don't think so.
If you got a new heart?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't think so.
I'll tell you why I think I could possibly agree with that. I listened to this audiobook series. I've listened to it 6 times. I love it. But it's called the Unwind series.
Right.
And basically what happens is, trying not to use the YouTube sensitive word, they retroactively delete people, right? So you can be a grown person, but you can go and get unwound and then sell your parts on the black market or whatever, right? So for instance, but the kick about it is the limbs, if it's an eye, if it's a hand, if it's a leg, it still has muscle memory when it's attached to other people's bodies.
Yeah, I remember you saying
right?
that.
So if I used to play cards with if I was really good with cards with my right hand and I get unwound for whatever reason and I attach it to or you get it attached to your body, my arm will still remember how to play cards even though you've never touched a deck of cards in your life. So
that's raw. They should make a movie out there.
I'm waiting for a series on that.
Or that sounds like a Black Mirror.
Facts. That sounds like a Black Mirror episode.
That seemed like it'd be. Oh man, that'd be dope. Black Mirror would perfect that story.
Yeah,
sure.
But so to an extent, I do think you would be a different person because even let's just say you get a new lungs, right? Let's just say you get new lungs, but the lungs you got came from a smoker.
Oh, you shouldn't have got those. You should have got those.
It's just my thought.
Okay.
Just prospectively. Not obviously, it shouldn't be on the market.
You shouldn't even be selling them, Jack.
Just gave you 2 more days to live.
Right.
What you talking about?
But just a thought, so that was attached to those lungs, those kidneys, that whatever was attached to someone who chances are had a different lifestyle, ate differently than you, thought differently than you. So I think maybe not.
Maybe not.
You're less of yourself and more of more than one person.
So the more you get replaced, the less of yourself that you are.
Yeah. Less of your original.
But don't you change like every day? Don't we change like?
But you still born with you still got the same organs that you had from when you were at birth.
But I'm saying though, but we still not the same person though. We still not like okay. I guess I'm talking subconsciously. I'm talking about your conscious of your morals, your compass, your principles, all that stuff.
You know what? I think your morals, whatever your morals remain your morals.
But you add to your morals though.
You can add to it, but I think there's a basic foundation.
Yeah.
At a certain point in your life, there's a basic foundation that you know that you're not going to cross.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So you can add to it, but you know that you're not going to go below.
Back it. Yeah, you're not going to go back.
You know what I mean? So I think with something like that, but you're born with whatever more organs you're born with. That's it.
Mm-hmm. So you're talking about a physical change. You're physically changed.
But
instead of mentally changed.
It's physical until it's not physical anymore. Where it's also physical, but then when we talk about the heart,
okay,
right? The heart. When somebody, like I said, I use an example, and you say the heart of a person. Okay, what are we talking about? Oh, is that just something we're using, or is it like, hey, this person really got it hard?
I think that's bravery.
Right, bravery. But
so would it be a mindset?
So would you if I took another person and you needed a heart and I took it and I put it in yours and he wasn't brave?
Bro, you just reached to a nigga chest and grabbed his
That's how you speak.
Nigga just say, "Come here, let me get that. You don't need my homie need that. Let me get that real quick."
But isn't that the cowardly lion? Did he not have a heart? What was wrong with
I thought he had courage.
He didn't have courage.
Okay. Courage. Who didn't have courage? To me, is heart.
The Tin Man, I don't think, had a heart. Wasn't it the Tin?
The lion didn't have a brain.
Yeah,
Scarecrow didn't have a brain. Lion didn't have courage, and the Tin Man didn't have a heart.
Okay.
I believe. It's been so long since I heard this.
Yeah, right. But I'm just saying, like, where at a certain point, you don't become yourself. I mean, they all to me work as a unit, but I don't know. It's just something to think about. Mm-hmm. You guys, comment below. Put the little comment, review, subscribe, and also subscribe to our Patreon. Come to school. KNoWKi's on the goes, man. Check them out.
Well, man, I'll hit the people with the message, man. So, man, this has been a tough year, man. It's been a tough year. There's been a lot of stuff going on. There's been a lot of stuff that could make people fall into a depressed mindset or a morbid mindset. And I'm not one of those people that will set a New Year's goal. I'm not one of those people that do New Year's resolutions, because if you have to wait until the new year to do something different, then you might not be willing to stick with it. We talked about it on the podcast before. But I will also say, with this new coming year, put your best foot forward. Best foot forward to become a better version of yourself, to become better in life, to get to the next level, whether it be a promotion, whether it be actually working out, whether it be reading a book, one book a month, or one book every 2 months, whatever the case. Take this time to become a better version of yourself. All right. Go check out the No Absolutes podcast. Big shouts out to Will Hill. Dude, that man that's a good dude over there. But this has been another rendition of the KNoWKi podcast. Wear your crown, build your legacy, kings. It's your man Spades.
Hey, check it out. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll probably see you in 2023. It's J every day.
Hey man, that's your boy Mom, man. Meeting the journey.